Hi there, this is my effort for Mathagogy, and I'm going to talk about how I teach sequences, or the nth term. And what I like to do is start with something they know well, or I hope they know well at least, which should be their times tables. So this will normally be the reasonably able class, and essentially they think I'm taking the mickey because I've started so simple. So that's what's 3 times 1, 3 times 2, 3 times 3, establishing that they do know what they're talking about. And what we get from that is basically a sequence of numbers that goes up in threes. So it establishes the idea of what we're looking for. So 3, 6, 9. And then they can see quite easily we've got a sequence of numbers that goes up in threes. Now, if we continue that on, 3 times 4, 3 times 5, 3 times 6, I established that it's quite boring to repeat all of them, even though they got quite used to doing it at junior school. So actually, algebraically, we can cheat a little bit. And I can call it, well, rather than doing 3 times a number and it constantly changing, if you've done some good algebra work with them before, they should be okay with the idea that you can do 3 times some number. And then obviously if they're also familiar with algebra, they know that they shouldn't write 3 and then the multiplication sign, and they'll write 3n. So we establish that 3n is the 3 times tables. So I do a quick Q&A session with the class and then say, well, give me the 7 times tables. And without too much bother, you normally get them going, oh, that's easy enough, 7n, all of the 7 times tables. 12n, all of the 12 times tables. 72n. And just reminding them as you go that that's the sequence of numbers goes up in 72s. Then, just when you get to the negative sequences, the ones that go down, then it's worth just having the bedrock of them having seen this idea of, well, what about the negative 3 times tables? Negative 3, negative 6, negative 9, and they give you them a negative 3n. It's worth having a decimal in there just to make sure they're familiar with that. And then for some reason, this is the one they find hardest, the 1 times tables, being n, a sequence of numbers that goes up in ones, the first sequence they ever learn.